Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos and tutorials. Today I will try to show you how and when you can use Scratch block, which is called Make a List. This is more of a button than a block, but nevertheless very important, and you will use it a lot in your games, especially when you try to make more complex games. In short, this button will make a list for you in Scratch, and list is like multiple collection of arrays, so multiple collection of information, and think about it as a list in real life. So for example, when you make to-do list, same here, or when you make a shopping list, what do you need to shop, and then go item by item in list, like I have to buy eggs, apples, bread, milk, and so on. Same goes here, and there are different ways to use it in Scratch. The most common way is to use it for inventory, some kind of information which is vital to your character player, like multiple different information about character name, class, items, and so on. So but also you can make, for example, a quest list and so on. So let's make a list. This button is available in variables group, so if you're in some other groups of blocks like motion, looks, or whatever, just click on the variables group of blocks, the orange one, and the last block there, make a list. Click on it, but before that, just again, even here you can see that the list is connected to variables. In terms, it's like variables on steroids, multiple variables, more than one variable combined. And so if we use the variables before, and we learn how you can put some kind of information in variable, like number or some kind of string of text, same goes with list, but only with list you can do it more than once, and you will have all of those information connected and collected in one place. It's much more usable for complex games, and again, what you will put in it is your choice. So let's click on make a list, and we have same window as we had with variables. So I will click a cancel just to show you. So make a variable, here it is, make a list, here it is. So I will call this list, for example, I will make one list which will be inventory, and again I can choose, do I want to make that list available for all sprites or for this sprite only, because I'm now coding in my cat sprite. Now if I click on for this sprite only code in cat will be available to see and change this list. I don't want to do that. I want my inventory to be available for all other sprites and code in them. So I will click for all sprites and click on OK, and once you do that, you will have all of those new blocks, like also orange, but more to red, like red orange or red color, and they didn't exist until I have clicked on make a list. So when you click on make a list, they will show up on the screen. So we have lots of new available options to code and to make a list, and on the screen here I have some kind of window which says inventory. That is how we called our list, and it says empty. Okay, length is 0. Okay, so it's empty, there is nothing in it, there are no items in it. That makes sense. When you make a list, it's empty. When you take a piece of paper, it's empty by default, then you write in it, and that's what we are going to do in next videos. But for This one, just make a list, call it whatever you want, and you can make even more than one list. For example, I can make another list and call it quests or quests list or list quests, whatever you want, like this. It's just your matter of choice, and I will call it quests, so just to show you. And again, I have another window here because I have made two lists, and I will move this one on the right, so quests on the right and inventory on the left, and I will leave the links to Scratch Wikipedia list page where you can read more about it, but we will show lots of those features and blocks and how to use them very soon in next few videos, so it will be very interesting. And this is very real life example. This is something which you will use here or in other game engines also, and in other game engines this is called array. Mostly it's sometimes in some other game engines you also have lists and arrays. I don't want to confuse you, but just be aware of that, so don't take it for granted. So if I use lists in GameMaker, that is how I'm going to use lists in Scratch, or vice versa. It doesn't work like that. You have to check it out. Game engine by game engines, they differ one from another from time to time. So it says here it's also called array in other programming languages, but again I would take that a little bit with caution, because there are different naming conventions in different game engines. But so far that's this was only a start. This was making a list, which we made two lists, and we will use them to code some kind of inventory and maybe quest or something like that in some kind of basic, simplest possible way, just to show you how things work. Okay, so thanks for watching, and see you in next video.